All right, welcome everyone to another episode of Life According to Brian.
And Jason.
Hey, Jason, we're back. We're talking again. How's your week going?
Hey, it's going good. Last
I
week
know.
of school before the break.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're in that week of, it could be hell or it could just be super fun. So, at an elementary school, the energy is high.
Elementary PE. We're
Oh,
throwing things over a net. So just getting the energy out.
well, there we go.
Yeah,
There we go. Well, it's a good segue to what we're going to talk about tonight. We've produced, 5, 6 different podcast episodes, and we never really spent time talking about who we are, why we're friends doing a podcast. And so we'll kind of take our listeners back to the beginning, and we'll just kind of let people know how we got here. And my first memory of you, I think, was 1998. We're both working at the same elementary school, and I think you're a fresh hire that year as a part-time PE teacher? Is that right?
No, I was at one school for a year because the teacher I was helping out was on maternity, and then she came back and wanted to do the afternoons. She gave me the mornings. So then I went to your school in the afternoon then. So I job shared.
Right. So it's two part-time, 2 half-times for a full-time ride. So
right. So every day I would be in the morning at one school and the afternoon at your school.
Right. And I think by that time, let's see here, I moved from basically doing maternity leaves my first year at that school. I did 2 maternity leaves back to back, covered for these 2 fifth grade teachers. And because I had taught at a previous school, and then I got replaced, affirmative action situation. So, and I got bounced. And so, you take whatever you can get when you're starting your career, and, and then I went immediately into, I wasn't an assistant principal. I was what was called a TOSA, teacher on special assignment. And so basically I did behavior. I handled behavior problems all day. That's what I did at that school. And whatever else the principal wanted, I covered classes, you name it. But,
felt like you were the dean, dude.
Yeah, they didn't really give me that title at that time. And, if they did, I don't remember seeing it because they just called me a TOSA. And, but, I wasn't in on the hiring. Here you are, you get hired, I see you, but you only see you part time. And, I started to get to know you because you pop your head in my office. Hey man, you want to play some basketball after school?
Yeah.
And, so you set up a match between us and the 2 custodians.
Yes, among one of them. Yes. It was really gung ho. Actually, they asked me and then I asked you.
Right.
So, yep, we're going for the championship right away.
Oh man, it was a throwdown. I mean, I'm like a little rusty, and basketball's not my forte. It's not a sport I played in high school. I did play, but it's not like I made the high school team or anything. And so man, it was a throwdown from the beginning. It got ugly quick.
Well, they're going for it. Yeah.
Right. I think maybe I survived a game or two, over the course of a few weeks, started to get know you more. And, and then, at the same time, I'm moving from one house to another, and I wind up breaking my thumb in these pickup games.
No.
In the middle of a move. I got 2 kids, 2 dogs, a wife, and a new house, and a broken thumb. So,
and a lot of stuff to do.
And, right. So I'm like, who's this dude, man?
Then I think I remembered us just walking around after school. We would just
Hmm.
walk around or run a little
Right.
and
Hmm.
just catching up, talking and stuff. And
Right.
we moved into a house, a small
Right.
house,
Uh-huh.
and me and my wife, and yeah, we just started talking, and I think we both love baseball.
Yep. That was a common bond right there.
Yeah, just talking baseball stuff, and one thing led to another.
Yep. Out came the ball gloves. I remember you stopped by the
Yeah,
office one day.
so we
Hey
did.
man, I got two gloves and a ball. Let's go out. We were just playing catch. And I think that's really kind of when, I figured out this is a cool guy because,
Yeah.
we could just talk and throw. And it just, you cover a lot of conversational ground, either when you're walking. It's a little harder when you're running, especially when you're out of shape, but playing a game, some kind of easy catch like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cover a lot of conversational topics.
Over the course of the many years we've known each other, I think I visited you at your other schools, bring my glove, throw in the
Right.
gyms and stuff. I mean, obviously my
Yep.
backyard, your backyard.
Yeah.
It has been a
I
constant.
know.
I
Every
recently
time I'd
visited
show up,
you.
you wound up moving over to Denver, and I was on the Western Slope, still in Grand Junction, and various different places. I lived on the Western Slope over, I don't know, these, 23, 25 years, I guess we've known each other. More than that,
Yeah.
27. I got to know my math. And always got to have the glove in the car somewhere. You know, that was just a must. So we just
Yeah.
step out, throw a few. Now it's more disc golf.
However, I just visited you, and what did I actually bring in my bag?
Right.
Not your glove, my glove. You had one, but I go, I have to have my own glove. Let's go.
Right. Yeah. I know you're just doing all carry on the plane. You fly in and you saved enough room for a ball glove. Dude, that
Right.
could have been like three pairs of underwear.
It
Easy.
could have said it was just one.
Right.
Okay, it was a couple. I had a couple underwear.
Right.
No, dude, it's just good to do that. And then I moved to the Front Range in
Right.
Colorado, Denver area, and you stayed, and we still kept in touch.
Yeah, that was, again, a lot of this was very early cell phone days. Obviously no, social
2000.
media. You got email, early 2000s, but I think, when I look back at we all have friends that come and go, and then there's the friends that stay. And I think one of the three things I know that keeps friends, and one is effort. I think you and I have put the effort in over the years to stay in contact, even though, we didn't live next door to each other. It wasn't convenient, put it that
For
way.
many years. Yeah, many
Yeah.
years.
Right. Right. In fact, most of the years, I think we met in 98, and you, moved in 2001, 2002, 2001.
Yep, 2001.
Yeah. So really, we only had proximity of work for 3 years. And then after that, it was kind of like, oh, we're both young dads, trying to figure out life. But here we are, both 57 and
Here we
doing
are. Yeah,
podcasts.
I'm still teaching. You're on to other
Hmm.
adventures.
Yep. Yep.
And
I stepped out after 30 years doing different things now. And, it's a great career. I loved doing and being in education. For me, I just knew it was time to go,
sure.
especially after all the leadership roles. And that helped too. We talk shop, like a lot of educators who have friends, they talk shop, but you and I don't talk shop a ton. We never really did. We talked about other things.
Yep.
I don't think work was our common bond. What do you
No, like you said, why friends stay together and keep up. You got to make the effort.
think? Hmm.
I think for us, making the efforts, whether we're driving over, flying over, calling up each
Hmm.
other, but laugh. We both laugh a lot. We're talking, we're, laughing, saying stuff. And, I think that adds to it, man. You make me
Yeah.
laugh. So that's why
Yeah.
we
Well,
get
yeah,
along.
sense of humor. You got to. Yeah, you gotta be goofy and you gotta be weird. And you got to bring a joke or two or some kind of good observation. And yeah, we've traveled together. We've gone different places. We tried to hit ballparks. That's when you really find out, is this a good friend? Is when you get put in awkward situations when you travel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been on a couple of trips. San Diego was a good trip. Going to Kansas City, that
Oh,
was a
good
great
trip.
trip.
Good
Uh,
trip.
but, but one I really, really liked was going to Cincinnati.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That was just special, man. I just loved going. That worked well. We could walk around everywhere. It was a beautiful park. We
Hmm.
saw two or three games. I want to say maybe three. Was
Yeah,
it
it was
two? At
great.
least two.
Yeah. It's fantastic. Good fans. That's what I've noticed. The farther east you go in this country, really good baseball fans. And so you and I pay attention to that stuff. What makes a good ballpark? What makes a good fan? So yeah, it
Kansas City fans. I love that part too.
yeah,
Kansas City fans. Those people are dialed in. They're wearing the gear.
right, right,
Everyone is dialed in, talking baseball.
sure,
I thought it was a great environment. And once again, that keeps us friends too, because we talk and
sure,
reminisce and plan our next new trip, whenever that will be.
right.
And we keep threatening St. Louis. That has to happen sometime here.
Yeah, I know. That looks like a good ballpark. I've driven past it. So, and I think that's another key piece of friendships. He's got to throw things into the future. It's like, it keeps, it's kind of like when you put a trip on the calendar, it's like now it's December and you put a trip on for July. That's something to look forward to. So not only do you do that in your, personal relationships, but you should do it with your friends too. So you have things to look forward to and plan. And so we need to do that. I think that needs to be a New Year's resolution. What are Brian and Jason going to go do?
Yes, and of course,
Kim,
doing all
Kim,
this planning. I
right,
think the third thing, dude, is tech issues. We talk to each other. We're doing this podcast.
right.
We're staying on top of technology.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think that helps us also stay in touch and talk.
sure. Yeah, you bet. And I think the other thing too is, yes, we pushing each other. I thought you were a little nuts when you say, "Hey, let's do a podcast." Cause I'm like, isn't everyone doing a podcast? But it kind of pushed me again. Like, I have the YouTube stuff going in my other life, I guess. And, that's a whole set of tech, but this whole podcast thing is different, so I love it. I love problem solving, love the writing part of coming up with what we're talking about, the creativity. And, so good on you, man. You pushed us to a new level.
Yep, back and forth, man, and
That's right.
that's what it's all about. Back and forth and back,
Yeah.
and I would say also we laugh and there's no jokes. We just say something and ha ha ha. So sometimes
Well,
I catch it. Just the way you talk makes me laugh, and
well,
that's
well,
just funny.
I have to tell you, it's pretty funny because I look back and I'm like, at one point we discovered we both like Big Head Todd, like, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then we got like obsessive over, like, I think we went like 8 years in a row. I would drive over to Red Rocks every
Yeah.
June, you know, for, I don't know, 6 to 8 years in a row going to
Yes.
Big Head
Oh,
Todd.
yeah.
And, and then I think it was the 2008 video. You found us in the crowd on his concert
Insane.
video and you send me
Insane.
this little random clip, no explanation. And I'm just watching it and I didn't catch it. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's Big Head Todd. And you're like, look closer. Sure enough, we're right there in the crowd.
What? Jamming and going, what?
I know.
That's a great venue to go and hang and, you know, wait before you go in. Then you go in and you're just talking, looking at the stars and stuff. That's the other thing. Going and doing other things,
Sure.
playing disc, going out,
Right.
visiting each other in different states now,
Right.
keeping up with each other's families, Yeah, no, it's good.
I know. We've had some good adventures. Well, I think the other thing too is, life gives you bumps. Maybe this is the fourth thing. I don't know. And like I went through a divorce. Some friends stick, some friends don't after a life event like that. Um, so that's one of those things. It's there's going to be future issues. I mean, look at our age. We're two men knocking on 60. There's got to
Yeah.
be some kind of health thing coming on soon, different things, life changes, you name it. Um, no, whatever happens, man, I know I can count on a person like you. So I just appreciate that.
Dude, back at you. Yep, same here. I know I've called you several times recently, just saying, "Oh man,
Right, right. Yep.
it's been
Not,
good." Once again, not all school related,
yep.
just life and stuff going
Well,
on.
and I think too is, we don't ask the other person to solve our problems. We're just gonna, yak and complain or cabiss for a while, whatever.
Yep,
And, each one of us knows if we have a question, then sure, the other person can respond or just just listen for a while. Like, I'm just going to vent for a while,
sure.
especially after some days as an administrator. I'd meet you somewhere, especially when I was working over in Denver my last 3 years. And you're like, how's your day? Well, all right. Let me tell you, you asked.
Yep.
All right. So, dude, well, it's been a great ride. And, I think sharing our friendship with the world was the next step. So this has been a lot of fun. So thanks
Yeah.
for inviting me to do a podcast.
Well, that's what this is about. We'll talk about random things, keep it kind of loose but fun with some kind of themes. We're just two guys having fun talking.
That's right. So a little future nugget that maybe we could do an episode on was, remember the trip we took to Kansas City Royals?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm driving. I'm like, great. And I show up at your house and we hop in your, I think, fairly new Toyota Prius that was
Yeah.
seafoam green, right? Seafoam.
Palm green.
So then along the way, I challenge you to drive into every truck stop we could find with a Prius. So we will tell that story in a future episode.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about the Chicago trip. That
Oh,
has
yeah.
its own.
Oh,
No
that's
names.
another good
The
one.
names will be hidden. But that was crazy. That's why I laughed. I was like, oh,
Right. Okay. Well, we got two future episodes. There we go.
there you go.
So, well, guess what, Jason?
What?
We are out of time.
Okay.
That's enough talking about us. But until we have another episode, folks, thanks for joining us on Life According to Brian.
And Jason.
All right. You can find us on all the streaming platforms out there. Please leave comments. We're a little short on the comments these days. So thanks again for joining.